are going to love today's show. This is Celestial Waterfall. You're going to be blown away by what you can paint, and you're going to love what you can do. I'm Cinnamon Cooney, the art Sherpa, and on the mic is my husband, John.
Hi, guys.
Today, the stream, the waves, the surf of the internet has not been for the faint of heart. This is our second go. Got a fresh white canvas for Celestial Waterfall. If you had a wish, we have that unlisted, and we'll make sure that's iCarded so you can see your wish that went into the canvas.
Yes.
I don't think we made it back to Facebook.
No, I don't know what's going on.
So I think it's just YouTube and Twitch today. So hi, YouTube,
just
hi,
having
Twitch.
a hard time today for some reason.
Hard time. Let's get back to sketching it in.
Okay.
So this is the painting we're doing today. This gorgeous fantasy scape. Yes, I think if you're a beginner painter, you can do this. Yes, I'm going to explain to you everything you need to know to succeed at this at home, what materials you have, and all of that. So you're not going to have any trouble. On the easel, I have an 11 by 14 pre-gessoed canvas. That just means it's ready to paint. And on the palette, these are the colors I have. Cad Yellow Medium. I have Aqua, but any turquoise would work. Phthalo Blue, Phthalo Green, Phthalo Blue, Dioxazine Purple, Titanium White, Quinacridone Magenta, and of course in the center, because I'm doing space, Acrylic Glazing Liquid Gloss. Some fluid paint, white, titanium white, with that toothbrush. Cups of water, and a plate for tracing. Plate. How I'm going to get my moon sketched in is I'm going to take my plate, and I'm going to press it into my canvas forcefully. And that went a weird direction. And then I'm going to trace around the plate. Woo! Trace around the plate. With my, this is just basically a colored pencil with no wood.
Mm-hmm.
So a colored pencil would work, but that's just what I'm using today because it will disappear into my paint. And I'm going to use that guide to get my crescent moon shape because basically what I'm trying to do is create space on this side and an intergalactic landscape and waterfall on this side. And even looking at it, you know what I got to do? I got to raise it up.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm so flummoxed,
well,
Mr. Coney.
We had a crazy little bit
I'm
of
so
there.
flummoxed from what happened. Yeah, I just want more room for a waterfall. So if you're wondering why is she raising that up, because if I'm gonna have a waterfall on a painting, forcefully, force it. So stick. This is why it's forceful. This is why I'm abusing my canvas the way that I am. Look at it, won't stop. And tracing around this side, you can see that that changes that profile of where that moon would be a lot. And gives me some room to drop some water, fall into my spacescape. And this is why I like using this pencil.
Yes.
I just don't have to worry about this outcome. I'm just going to sketch this in. So it's going to be narrow here at the tip, and then as I come around the crescent part, I'll widen this out.
Mm-hmm. Give
it some more robust crescenting to hold our little scape in, and just sketch this joining here. So that leaves me some nice room for my waterfall to, fall.
To fall
from
the moon,
in the background again.
So it can fall from its moonscape.
Ooh, I feel so sad. If you were on Facebook, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have a sippy of coffee, which is warm thanks to my coffee warmer, Mr. Allen.
Thank you. And yeah, there's so many technical challenges that just pop up on a good day.
If you're back giving likes again, bless you.
Thank
if
you so
given a
much.
like previously, thank you so much. Just this stuff happens, man.
Technical challenges, I'm
going to take my number 10 bright, and I'm going to go ahead and re-moisten it, like I hadn't done that earlier. And I'm going to go back and paint my background back in, which is Dioxazine Purple and Phthalo Blue. You can see I just take this from the outside of the paint plop. Mm-hmm. And I bring it over here. I'm going to get a little of my glazing liquid. And I'm just going to paint around the outside. When I come to the edge of the moon, I'm going to use the edge of my brush. If you're brand new to painting, what I'm doing is I'm making a chromatic black because I don't want actual space black. I want a chromatic black, which means it just sort of looks dark, like the darkest value in my canvas, like a black. But it is not.
Now, you're only loading the edge of the brush there.
Yes.
Why don't you put more paint in the brush?
Well, actually, I've got quite a lot. Like, look, all this, and I'm still like trying to get it off. The reason I don't load my brush further than I do, there's a couple reasons why I come load it like this. I'm gonna get it wet again. When I work the outside edges, right, and just not really past this halfway point in my brush, I'm protecting the life and longevity of my brush by not crushing paint up into the ferrule.
Gotcha.
Right? If I was to do that, it would really shorten the lifespan of my brush. And especially on this brush, I'd like this one. If you've got just a crazy whatever brush from a brush pack, you don't have to worry. But this one I'm rather fond of.
Right.
And I'd like it to make it a minute. And you can repair a lot of stuff in your brush that goes wrong, but it's really hard to get paint out of the ferrule. So you just don't want to intentionally push it up in there if you don't have to.
Gotcha.
And also you can see I'm not having any trouble covering my canvas. It doesn't take that much paint. Like, one interesting experiment is if you ever try to paint oil on a canvas, like to see how far it'll spread. It's quite thin and it keeps spreading. Your acrylic paint should be doing a similar event to that.
Interesting.
If your mixtures are good and your paint is good. You can have some crazy paint that makes all this a moot point. But you can see, as I'm getting it up here, a lot of times I'll even want to offload it and reload it.
And you just get a little bead there.
Yeah, and again, it's just really about protecting my brush. And if it's creeping up too much, a lot of times I'll wipe off. You'll see me wipe off on my towel. And if you get a brush that you loved, you want to keep it a long time. These are just good things, good practices to take on.
Not
Some artists won't mix paint with their brushes because they're so protective of them. They do it with their palette knife.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of oil artists mix with their palette knife and then work with their brushes, and they're real particular because, they might have hundreds of dollars in a brush.
Now, I see you're getting some of that white dottiness coming through, but not too much.
No. And that's a lot about, that I'm just being kind of a crazy person. Notice that I'm just letting this be real streaky, though.
No, well, why are you doing that?
Well, I have enough paint on here, like I'm not having to even reload. If I wasn't able to paint the canvas and cover it, it would be that I absolutely would have to come reload. But you can see this brush is moving my paint around no problem. And that's about the brush quality and the paint quality.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's not that I'm some kind of paint smearing genius. Though I think I am.
You're not worried about the pattern there so much. I see you're leaving some brush strokes in that.
I'm not worried about this pattern at all because of the spacescape that is coming.
Okay, so it is okay to have that. You don't need to worry about getting a super even tone on this or anything?
No.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to have to do this whole space background in before I put in my moon and before I put in my landscape because I got to do my star splatter.
Now,
Put this up there.
why does the glazing liquid affect the paint color?
The glazing liquid should not affect the paint color.
But when you have it on the palette there, it makes it a little murkier.
Oh, this milkiness will dry completely crystal clear. A lot of high glosses mediums will seem milky. You only have to worry if it doesn't say gloss. If it says matte, it will actually change paint color imperceptibly.
And
they'll tell you at the paint company to be super honest with you, but it's imperceptibly. I'm gonna dry this.
Okay. Yeah, and so like she was saying, when you're using some of the mediums that are milky or white when you're putting them in, sometimes that will affect your how it looks on the canvas. Oftentimes it'll be a very, very subtle difference when it dries, and that's with experience you can kind of get a sense for that. And so that's why you see over there on that. And actually, while she's doing this, I'm gonna adjust the brightness of the camera. Oh, that's the focus. Watch this. See there, I'm gonna adjust that down, but you can see. Oh, let me get her back.
Me back?
Yeah.
Who back?
You.
Why back?
Well, I was
palettes up.
I was talking to them about how additives that are milky that will tend to have a very imperceptible color difference on the canvas, but then they dry, like you said, clear, so you don't have to worry about it too much.
But if something were to say matte or opaque, then it would impact the color of your paint.
Yeah, what I should have been doing is thank you everybody who's here. We're Sherpa again. We've got over 320 people here. Thank you.
Then I'm gonna dance.
Don't forget
because I didn't dance the first time.
You didn't dance.
John gives me no music.
I will get back to you.
So I dance to the music in my head, and I don't mind now. I'm no good at this, but everyone forgives me anyways.
Does that work for you?
It does. Do I get bubbles? No bubbles.
I don't have bubbles ready for you today.
It's because we've damaged the camera with the bubbles.
Well, if you look up there's a new little lens protector on there.
There is. You got a lens protector for splatter. To all your husbands and support systems and partners
yes.
out there, Because I don't want to. I don't want to be like your partner.
No, while you're dancing, show off your brush. Because everyone's like, "What brush? What brush? List the brush. Show me." No, the other brush you were using. What was that you were using that you were so fond
this
of?
baby. This one right here.
Yes. Well, just you're supposed to be dancing. I'm like giving them a little break. So, okay. But anyway, so thank you everybody for coming into. That's what kind of brush is it?
Awesome. Yes, it is.
No, tell them what it is.
This one.
Yes. Which one is it?
Can I tell them?
Yes.
Okay, it's a Bristline number 10 by Silver. It's a brush company.
And what are you about to use?
I'm about to use an experimental brush, but I'll tell them how they can flub it till this brush stops being experimental and becomes not
We didn't
experimental.
talk about that, but okay. So, all right. Experimental project.
No, because instead I'm testing brushes.
Look, we're here to test. I just didn't know.
So what I'm talking about here is, you see how these brushes are domes?
Yeah.
Okay. What you're looking for in your dome, and you can get a craft dome. We've talked about that before with a bristle. It's real hard to find synthetic domes or precision domes like this, right? I have to hide that. I don't know what I have to. Anyways, that's the shape you're looking for, right? Your finger will work.
Yes.
If you're just stuck. So I'm going to load my brush. We'll call this the cloud. I'm going to load my brush. This has a very stiff filament, right? Which I really, really like, and a round top. I might even get some glazing liquid so it's slightly translucent. Guess what I'm going to come do?
You're gonna go just off the camera.
Make little happy random nebula shapes, which is these little circles, right? This is why I like this, because I can just do this little circular shape and offload paint in any sort of weird little cloudy pattern that I feel like. I don't have to even worry about it. And I'm using the aqua. If you didn't have aqua, show you real quick how you make aqua. Take a little of your Phthalo Blue to your Phtahlo Green and a little of your Cad Yellow. Right, a little more Phthalo because I want it to be more to the blue. And then you're going to add white. See how that starts to happen? It's not perfect, but you can get it pretty close.
Gotcha. So are the
Look at that. I'll mix it all in. I don't even care. What?
So they're one of our community here, and I'm just trying to read the name. They're asking, that's not the stencil brush that you have in the description, is it?
No. The stencil brush I have in the description, I wonder if I have any of these out, and I think it's also very good and may possibly work quite well with this type of things, at least the smaller one, is this type of stencil. I'll load this up and show you how this would perform in this. So, see, does this. And it's not bad, is it?
Oh, yeah.
And it's not bad. You just have to kind of reload it more often. So you're just trying to get this sort of see-through, cloud-like persona.
I like that one.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
It's awesome.
Never feel
That one's a
afraid
bigger brush, though.
to use,
That's a bigger brush, though.
It's too big, and I don't have its small cousin over here. So that's the problem for me.
So you
I
like
don't
the
know where its small cousin went.
It may be in the brush spa.
It might be. So I'm just going to keep working this little nebula here.
But the
now that
idea
I've
is-
made this crazy space.
But the idea is you want a smaller tipped brush to do this with.
I would use a smaller one. I would definitely use in a smaller size, like a 6 or certainly not like a 10. I'm just trying to create all the things that we would create in clouds. So in clouds, they have highlights and shadows, and then obviously in gas clouds, there's light and energy and stars, and they create refractions. And
So these are not really cloud. I mean, they are clouds, but
they're cloud-like.
They're spatial clouds.
They're space clouds. The nebulas
Nebulas.
are space clouds. I've come and gotten some blue. And I'm going to just work this. Have fun with this space. Your space should be interesting. If you're wearing gloves, remember you can go like that. Don't do that if you're not wearing gloves, because you can be allergic to your paint. You might not know that, but it's true. I'm going to get some just purple. And I'm going to add some white to that. Right, and I'm just going to have some fun and put something over here, right? Ooh. I need more white in my purple, don't I? Fun stuff. It's very hot in the studio today.
It is. Well, it is. It's warm all over the place. In Australia, they're having a heat wave.
So that makes it harder to paint in acrylic paint if it's hot and dry, especially if it's dry, guys. Because acrylic paint can start drying on you too quickly, which is why it's another nice reason on occasion to get some glazing liquid.
Now, how many hoot painting do you think this is?
This is like 2 hoots, really, maybe even 1.
Yeah.
This is super fun. This is when you don't have to take too seriously. You're having a good time. I'm going to bring some of this purple up here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to have some fun with this. Every time I do Spacescape, I try to have a little bit of fun. You can always put dark back.
Oh, yeah.
Let me show you this. So say I had put too much white down because my brush or my tool, I just didn't feel like it was spacey enough. Look at that. Look how I can add that space back in there.
Oh, yeah. That makes it cool. Like there's layers of clouds.
Yeah, like this gas nebula is really like a thing, right?
That's cool.
So I can put the darkness back anywhere I need to and not feel too worried about that.
And I'm really up on it. Once you back out, it like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, it's real fun. So just, use your imagination, be creative, don't be. You can also, an interesting thing you can do in Spacescapes is you can come make your shape first, believe it or not, in white, and then come back with the glaze.
What do you mean by
a
that?
brighter nebula.
What do you mean by so you put the white down?
So you create your nebula shape, your cloud shape, first in white. Right? Where you want it.
So,
and then when it's dry, you come back with your bright pink or whatever.
So is that kind of like a grisaille thing?
It is exactly like a grisaille thing. And if you want to know more about grisailles, you can do the big art quest.
I was right. I guess I was like, this is like the apple, right?
Just like the apple.
I was reaching for the word.
These skills are so simple. They have crazy names and they seem complicated. I'm going to move my canvas, John.
Now, can these techniques be used in watercolor?
This technique is not a good technique for watercolor.
Because it uses kind of
because we layer acrylics. The basis of acrylics is that they dry and they layer over each other, and watercolors is about that they're translucent and they do not layer. And the paper is the white. So there's kind of a different fundamental thinking in watercolor.
I always wondered if you could use like gouache more like an acrylic.
Gouache is more like an acrylic.
But it's still kind of watercolory too.
It's still water-based, and it still lifts. So acrylics, once they're dry, they don't lift. They're not able to be reactivated. Mm-hmm. But a gouache can be reactivated with water. So that's what you're down to. Can it be reactivated with some type of agent? Oil paint can.
That makes sense.
A lot of paint can. But acrylics in general, once they're done, they done.
That totally makes sense now. So really, I guess, your art is as much about like knowing your medium.
Yeah, and if you'd like to know more about watercolor, the Frugal Crafter has incredible tutorials.
Yeah, I think I saw Angela Anderson here earlier.
Was Angela here?
I think she was. I've been trying to. I've been doing.
She's probably like, I'm going live and like at 2:00, and y'all are still on having problems. It's probably what's happening for Angela. Somebody give Angela some love. I'm really sorry about that.
We are having YouTube technical issues.
I think everybody who does live kind of understands the YouTube technical issues scenario.
The YouTube, I saw someone was out there. I was like, "What is gouache?" and spelt it like it was phonetically spelled. It's like crazy. So you want to explain, Cinnamon?
Gouache, how it's spelled?
No.
Gauche.
Gouache.
Okay.
Something like that. No. I wasn't asking for you to do a spelling bee, but
okay, good, because we all know I don't spell. So.
No, but what is it? What's it used for? Like it's
like an illumination or decorative painting techniques. It's an older medium. It's like older than oils.
Yeah,
it's a serious fine art medium, and it's wonderful. It works really nicely with watercolor. And sometimes I think is more readily available globally. Like just noticing what I see people can get, I see people can more often get gouache than any other product. And so yes, some of the stuff with gouache will translate well with acrylics, and some of it not because of the different natures of the paints.
No, you're putting down
layers. So I'm
layers
just putting
of pink?
straight magenta here.
Ah.
Right, and I'm spacing it up, saying, "Hey,
now,
what you doing?"
I'm
gonna just put some right here too because I just feel it. Do you
there
feel it? I'm feeling it with the red.
Is there a method to how you're pushing that in circles?
There is. Let's look at that.
Okay.
Because we can all do that. We're doing a thing.
Where you going? Where are you going?
I'm gonna come. Should I come here?
I don't know. Just point and then let me go there.
All right. Just come right here.
Okay.
So, and this is. I think I can even demo this with another type of brush too.
Hold on. Okay.
Right? So I'm just pressing in the backside corner, and I'm just swirling around. You see this?
Yeah.
In these soft little circles. Now this brush is made for this.
Now you leave like right here. Oh, I've just jumped on there.
Okay.
But right there on that spot, you left some real dark spots as
Yeah.
opposed to the. Is that intentional?
Yes, it is. You want your nebulas to have values that are quite dark and then quite light and bright, and even sometimes white. So let me switch to a bright and see if I can pull off a similar thing.
Okay.
I'm going to go, however, just so you all know, I'm going to go to a bristle.
Now that was a. Hold on, scroll down there. So that what you were just using was an experimental brush.
It is.
That we're trying out.
That we're trying out.
And now you're going to be using, and you show everybody what you're using here again. So you scroll
It
over there.
is the Cambridge bristle brush.
So this is a
So when I'm using a bright and I'm trying to get this technique, what I can do is I can flip this on its corner.
Oop.
Did y'all know you could do this? Maybe you
Oh,
didn't.
neat.
And you're like, why don't you do that with me? Because I got to test the experimental brushes, guys. It's like the privilege of Sherping. But see how that does?
Yeah, it's very similar.
It can be very similar. It is a little hard on your brush.
I can see it requires
And
a little.
over time, can you see how it's like impacting it?
Yeah,
Over time, it can impact its shape. So if you're really great brushes,
it doesn't leave the undershadow as much. Like
no, but it'll get you through. My whole point here is use your finger, use a brush on its corner.
you can
know,
get it in there.
Yeah, use a round sponge. I've done this with. Remember when I did
Oh, yeah,
that
the
with the Ren
pouncers.
and Stimpy, and I did the round sponge.
Yeah.
Use the stuff that you have. Don't be limited by the materials in a tutorial.
Be creative.
Be creative. I'm going to pull some purple out here. And get some deep dark purple in here. Isn't that nice? This is very important. Some deep dark purple. Like you have to do.
I like it.
I like it too. I'm going to put this back and go back to my...
I'm happy I remembered the word grisaille.
I'm really stoked that you remembered the word grisaille too. Woo! And you know what I have?
What'd you have?
Hot coffee. You know I have it?
Mr. Allen.
Yes.
He
And
sent us-
if you guys are doing the ATCs, remember to check out the artsherpa.com, and there's a
That's
blog
right.
there about the ATCs, and you can find out more information.
Yeah, we have
We got a gazillion questions for that we're supposed to cover at some point, and I remember because I listened to Lisa.
forums. And we have forums there, and we have a FAQ there, and yeah, we're doing our best to get all that. We're gonna have the official one up and running on the website here. You know, not too long. We're gonna work on it, and
We got to work out our international
yeah.
vibestastic.
But Alan's just been he's really stepped up to help with
Yeah.
us. So big art high five to Alan. Thank you so much for the help there. And
Thank you.
so Rhonda would like for you to define scrumbling.
Scumbling or scrumbling?
Well, so
Okay.
she said both. She said
Okay.
scumbling.
Well,
slash-
only because I keep saying scrumbling when I'm saying scumbling. Scumbling is about taking a dry brush over a surface of a canvas and scratching it around, leaving this rough area of paint. So I am technically scumbling. That I sometimes call scrumbling because I tend to be more circular. And it's so funny because some people are like, do you mean... They don't want to be like mean or anything, and they'll be like, do you mean scumbling? And I'm like, I ain't mad. That is what I meant. Who knows what I said, though? That is what I meant.
It's funny if you read the auto translations when we do our closed captions. So,
They're perverse.
sometimes they are.
Dude, I don't know what it thinks I'm up to. I like the one where it thought I was an attorney.
Well,
I was gonna-
most of the time it's hi, I'm a car door, and and I'm your attorney.
dip some unfortunate thing somewhere.
So
So I'm taking my dark color and I'm just working that in. Right, and here I am. I love this though. I won't lie to you, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of this little circular nonsense. It makes me happy. So you can see I'm just...
So you got all your little cloudies layered in there.
Yeah, get your little cloudies. And remember, you can like come here and you can get like a little white, right? And a little pigment. And then you can even create, like if I wanted to like work this highlight. Look at me work this highlight. Never underestimate... I know I'm taking too long. Working a highlight.
I don't know that I have anywhere else to be. It's like,
What else do we do?
what am I? What else?
I feel a disturbance in the force. So you can just see how I'm just taking this little highlight and I'm creating this space that's maybe a little brighter.
That's cool.
Right? My brush has gotten a little too something. And I come here with this darker level of paint. And you can see it's the highlight to the lowlights in clouds. In clouds, it's the highlight to the lowlights. And the grisaille, working with the white and everything, see how it colors and it makes it feel, but it's just a fun mess, really.
Now you said this was between a 1 and 2 hoot painting.
Yeah, this is between a 1 and 2 hoop painting.
And that's probably.
Can you make little circles with your brush while you're happily singing to yourself? Yes, you can. Of course you can. You can do this.
Yeah.
This is for beginners.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is for beginners.
Should this be your first painting to attack?
I think not your first painting because you kind of want to learn some brush movements.
Cool. But if you've done a painting or two, maybe?
Yeah, do some of our 20-minute projects. If this is your first time and you're thinking, this looks good, I could maybe paint, you can totally paint for sure. You might want to try like the girl walking in the rain or maybe the Weeping Wisteria, just something short and fast so that you can get over like any belief that you have that you can't paint.
Oh, yeah. I like the silhouette ones for those.
Yeah, silhouettes are great. You just want to learn how that paint is fun and you can get paint on canvas.
Yeah.
That's what you want. And if you don't have it, you need to give it to yourself. Now, here's one of the things. I don't want to get... One of the things is I had originally dropped my waterfall over too much turquoise, and I didn't feel like there was enough contrast. So I'm going to add my turquoise elsewhere and keep my purple and other colors here. Does that make sense?
If you could help by pointing to me where we're going to go next, that way I can...
I'm going to come in this area. Wow. I'm taking a little purple over to my quinacridone. I'm going to get a little white into this, and I'm going to work this over here.
Want to make sure that we...
And I'll come back with some of my aqua because I want my aqua a bunch of places. Right? I do. For sure. But it's just very important to me. That I have nice contrast between the waterfall. And that's something like sometimes you'll do a painting and you'll go to redo it and you'll see something. And that's okay. That's not being critical of yourself. That's just evaluating. Mm-hmm. You're allowed to evaluate. You're allowed to evaluate, guys. Just don't be mean to yourselves. Not allowed to be mean to yourselves or other people. So, goodness gracious. Like earlier we did the YouTube shout-outs and all that. We're painting now. It's business now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Business. I'm going to get some white and some of this mixed color. And we'll just make a nice little highlight along here, right? Mm-hmm. Because we found, let's add a second little, if you want it to feel like layered, like there's little puffs that are back, you just want to vary your light and dark. So the light is where that's coming, and look, we just go right into that wet paint. Isn't that fun? Super easy too. Just we don't even worry about it.
I like it.
We have some fun. That's what we do. Let's put a little more turquoise, but we know we're going to have our waterfall there, so let's not put it there. Because that just seems like that ain't going to be good.
You can move over just a little bit. A little bit right there. There it
I'm going to come right here with my little turquoise for my spacescape. Right here. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
I do want it because, I got it in the moon.
Oh, where'd you go?
And you guys remember how to mix your aqua if you don't have aqua, which is the Phthalo Green and the Phthalo Blue and a little bit of yellow and white. Now what I'm going to keep doing, one of the things that I'm always doing when I'm doing clouds is I'm trying to make sure that I'm changing up the shapes and I'm not cloning. Don't make Cylons in your clouds.
Make Hawkman.
Make Hawkman.
I don't know.
Yes, totally make Hawkman. If this would be in Flash Gordon, you've done good.
Yeah.
All right, now is a great time to add stars. Take your fluid paint.
You could have Ming's cruiser coming out of the clouds.
Yes, I think so. And I'm going to take this brush. I'm going to load it up. Look at it loading. Isn't that fun?
Where are you going to go?
Now, if you're brand new to splatter on some construction paper or something to see your splatter.
This is a practice. Oh, see, she just did it, and it just like...
Yeah, I am not new to splatter. I've splattered this brush a million times. So I have a pretty good idea what it's...
You're so fast. I can't... RoboCam is He's a gentler.
RoboCam can't even
he's
keep up with
slow.
me.
No, he's a gentle cam.
Right? I will make my bigger, fatter stars later with my dotting tool, which you can just use the back of a brush or a pencil.
So, would you say that doing the toothbrush technique is really about learning the toothbrush?
It's about learning the toothbrush. Become versed in the toothbrush.
Experience.
I really
You're so
seriously,
fast
as a
with it. I'm just
painter,
like, oh,
you
no.
should have one of these in your bucket. You should. Sand, rocks, clouds, spittle coming out of a horse's nose. I can't tell you how often I got to get my toothbrush out. The toothbrush needs me more than you'd think. I'm going to get a number 8 bright, but mostly just because it's clean.
You could use a number 10.
I could have used my number 10. And I'm going to mix a little of my aqua in this white. And I'm just only using this white because I don't want to waste it.
Which kind of white is that?
This is the fluid, but it's, again, just because I don't want to waste it. I only need to leave enough to make some star dots. And so I'm just being conservative. Trying to erase. See how I'm scrumbling out my little lines there?
Ah.
And I guess I can use some of this. I just want to use up my paint. So what I'm looking for is like an impossibly bright aqua. If you were to mix it, you'd be using Phthalo Green, Phthalo Blue, Cad Yellow, and white. I just want to do an impossibly bright aqua and just hang out with my community painting. How are you guys doing today?
They're having a pretty good time.
Did
out here.
anybody find us again? Or are you just letting me paint alone again?
Oh no, we've been over Sherpa this entire time. We're like 340 people right now.
That is amazing.
There's 100. It's just been fantastic, guys. So many comments out here. We really appreciate it. And I wanted to say thank you to all the moderators who've been helping out here. It's just been really fantastic. I'm so blitzed by what's happening technologically back here that I could not do this without the support of the community and our mods. Yeah. You guys, thank you so much. Thank you. So.
Just painting this in. Now I can shave the shape of my moon pretty easily, so where I need to do that, I'll do that. Just trying to create a nice little arc so it's believable that it has this interdimensional portal, which is essentially what we have going here.
Is it?
Yes.
Maybe this
my canvas, my world.
If you peered at the moon at just the right moment during the full eclipse, you could see the waterfall.
I think you might be able to. The inside of this landscape, by the way, if you got through the nebulas, it's going to be fun and easy. Because I love doing the tunnel clouds.
Oh, yeah, I think they're cool.
Tunnel clouds are really fun to do. They're my favorite. The trick is about pre-painting your tunnel in before adding the clouds.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
So I'm just enjoying this. Some of the brighter colors tend to be more transparent, and it really helps to add a little white to them to improve their coverage. Though, of course, we're painting over white, so that's helpful.
Right,
that makes sense. The white's like, yeah, you got it. Painting over me. The biggest trick that we're going to have coming inside the moon is leveling the water. That is where I was like, oh no! How will we ever do it? How are we doing?
Oh, good.
I need to sip some coffee.
Oh,
and
me
guess
too.
what? I have bad news. I need new water.
You need new water?
I do. I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
This is a great time if you're at home to change out your water in this project.
Why?
If you're here on the replay, please change out your water in the project. And the reason is that we're about to go into yellows and oranges and reds, and these are complements to the blue and the purple, and the blue and purple pigment in this water will gray your colors and make your sky seem dim. If you're painting craft paints, it'll be even worse. You're going to feel like you weren't doing a good job when actually you were just fine. It was just dirty water. 2 fresh cups of clean water, Mr. Cooney, please. Thank you. They're going to comment. I make a weird voice. It's my Kirk. Gotta get my do. So that's why you would do that, is you're just trying to keep those colors bright. And sometimes keeping those colors bright is just clean water. weird thing that can mess up a new painter. You wouldn't even know it. You're just like, I don't know. I'm mixing. I'm not getting yellow. I'm getting green. Why am I getting green? Because there's so much blue pigment in the water. That would be why that was happening. I just wish I could see that chat. It's okay. All right.
No, you get no chat.
I get no chat. I don't get a chat if you're wondering. Wait, before you go, before you sit down, my plastic T-square over there that I totally forgot. Because I always have to, no, I would walk off, but then you get panicky. Because I don't do a good straight line. I'm going to come here and I'm going to make my horizon line.
I gotta go back. Ooh.
Right? And I want to give myself enough room to have some mountains coming in.
Boy, man, I
Right?
can barely get here, and she's like, "Here we go."
I like what I do.
I'm having fun.
I
Just
use
keep me
my
on toes.
T-square because otherwise my line would be at an angle, and if my line were at an angle, it would look like it wasn't a horizon. That is the number one thing that messes up people when painting their own trip photos.
So
Is they didn't level their horizon in the photograph, and then they duplicate that in the painting, and then the painting doesn't look right. And they're like, I don't know what it is. It's something. Like, let me see your photo. And then, boom, I know what it is. What's up?
So level. So it's
So level.
So it's the important part is to make it level.
Yes, make it level. Whatever else you do, make it level. Make it level. I don't know why I'm Mr. Ed now. Okay. So,
Okay.
the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of paint in my little mountain shape so that I can do my little sky thing here, right? And I'm going to paint my water, so I want to kind of get that all in. And my water is super easy. We kind of did it a little bit earlier. I'm going to take a little of my Phthalo Blue and my Phtahlo Green over to here and a little of my yellow. I will definitely want more blue in it and a smidge of white. Isn't that fun? That's like alchemy right there. And I'm going to come across and just go straight across, trying to keep this as level as my little heart can. Sometimes it helps if I breathe and lock my arm in and center myself. Not that that is remotely good painting posture, but you know, you got to get through how you got to get through.
Now, could you talk about? You said you lock your arm. What do you mean?
So if I'm having trouble holding my line, sometimes I will lock my arms in and steady my arm against my own waist.
Oh, gotcha.
So, you know what? Sometimes I forget to talk about that stuff, those weird things that I'm doing.
Well, it's good that I'm here to ask the dumb
It's
questions.
so good. So when
I don't know what I honestly, guys, I don't paint. Just to be honest, we don't in our own house. I just don't have time. I think it's a beautiful thing. I love watching it paint. It's great that I get to do this, but I myself am much more driven to watch her paint than I am to paint myself. So I just enjoy being here to do this.
I get wrangled into a lot of painting projects, so I think we're going to have to teach you.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull this straight across.
Now that is the trade-off. By being a good audience, I sometimes get to impart, paint this for me.
And also now he likes to help design paintings. That's a special experience.
Well, sometimes you need more enterprise.
So I'm taking my green and my blue, yellow where I need it. I'm getting a little white on here. You see, this just gives me this great ocean color. And I'm going to try to come across my canvas, right? I'm letting the white streak. I want all the streaks and all the brush strokes to be as level as they can in the celestial landscape.
Gotcha. Cool.
That's what I want. I don't want them to be like this. This would be a mistake. See how that already throws that off? Let me show you with some white. Look at if it was like this, it wouldn't feel like water at all, would it? I'll just mess it all up. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Doesn't
You're just
feel like
going
water.
fast.
I go like this. Boom. Water.
Much more. Water is level.
Water is level. Water is level, man. Be a Muppet, and you know it's true. So I definitely want the blue that's going to come off here to be a little different than, you know, the moon that it's in. And that's why it's also nice to use aqua, because it gives you such a different color profile than when you're mixing aqua. If you're mixing from a mother color like Phthalo Blue and Phtahlo Green and everything is Phthalo Blue, then it will kind of unify.
I saw a really
Everything is
good
Phthalo Blue.
a really good suggestion come by a couple minutes ago from Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
She was saying you should do a mandala.
You know, I recently saw project about a mandala. And I have to also say, if you guys really just have one in your heart you got to do right now, check out Silver Creek.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they got some great ones. Leanne's got some great stuff. But I saw a project I thought to myself I'd like to share. And so, I don't know if we're going to...
Well,
so I'm pouring a little white onto my brush, and you're going to notice that I'm sort of streaking it in my water. Not like a huge amount. I'm just trying to create a little bit of tonality where these streaks are. See? Little. Not tons. Definitely level. This is your trick. Be level. If you're a hothead in your life right now, you just need to be level.
So Angel was saying that she's right here with me because she loves to watch but doesn't paint herself. And
really?
Yeah. So, don't be afraid, to if you just enjoy watching right here with me.
We have coloring pages. They're free. You can just download them in color.
Yeah, that's not
a lot of times there's a traceable. There isn't with this, though. I'm sure you guys are going to make me make a traceable.
I love coloring.
But color.
Yeah, that is something I'm guilty of. I'll totally take the traceables and color with the kids with whatever they're coloring with.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. They're free. They're you might... I love when everyone's like, how do you print this out? Dude, I don't know. That's a tech channel.
So...
But you can find them and print them, and I don't mind, and enjoy them.
Now, Ian's like, can't the water flow in any direction you want in surrealism?
In surrealism?
Isn't this a surrealism painting?
Actually, the trick to surrealism is using those things that fundamentally are always true, and then taking other things that maybe are more believable to not be that, and use those things together. So if I really, really change, like, I have to, like, say I wanted the water to kind of come up out of space, believe it or not, I'd have to lean so far into realism, it would become a 3.5 hoop painting real fast.
Yeah.
Because I have to nail the reflections of the water. I have to nail the translucency of the water to convince your brain that it's still water when it's doing something it ought not do.
So, what size canvas are you?
11 by 14.
11
Sometimes I like my answers so much I got to do a little jig. I'm going to take a little Dioxazine Purple.
You're like, I remembered that stuff.
No, it's just true. When you're messing with it, this is something you got to do.
Oh, yeah.
11 by 14.
11 by 14.
So I'm going to come down about at least 1.5 inches from the top here. And I'm going to wander a little Hawaiian-style mountain. This is not Hawaii because this is in space. This could be the island in Lost. And I'm going to kind of wander down. I'm using the edge of my brush here. And I'm kind of blocking out. And I'm just trying to say, this bit of land has been hit by storms, which means it's not a nice, smooth, round line. Right? It wouldn't go like that.
Right.
It needs to be kind of a hot mess. Let it be, man. Let it be. And then the other interesting line I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to kind of come here a little bit above my waterline. I need a little rock. I need a little rock.
What is that?
I don't know. I just liked it.
Is it sort of an anchoring place?
It's just an anchoring place to like put another little rock to create some layering. And this one I might even make more green. You know, I just want this little up front rock up here that is happening, and I just need to paint its little darkness in. You little dark-hearted rock. Get in there. Get in there. Okay.
So are we gonna...
Things have gone wrong in the brain today.
There's a couple of questions which I don't mind answering. Is this going to be available in the store as a mug or a tote?
Do we want it to be? Because it could be a mug or a tote. I just picked up a little white on my brush, and I'm going to just while I've got this here, just sort of add that to my rock. I might come back with a little yellow. I just want to give it some dimensionality. See how that little bit gave it some dimensionality?
Lisa says yes.
Lisa says yes. If Lisa says yes, y'all, it's probably true.
So if Lisa says yes, then it can happen. So that's why we're live here, so I don't always know the answers to some of these questions.
And we're not supposed to promise things anymore.
That's right. So we have to ask permission.
So what I do is I kind of wander this out. Can you see this? I wander this out and I swing this in. I'm on the flat of the brush. Wander another little bit out, and then I'm going to pull it into the rock there. And that's what's going to create the layer of it. I'm going to paint this little sucker in with the blue and purple. You can add a little white. And we're going to just paint this distant mountain in. Distant mountain. Distant mountain in. Here we go, here we go, here we go, go, go. And believe it or not, it's going to end up with another little ridge in here in a second. But first I got to get this underpainting in. These little kinds of mountains are super easy to do.
Mm.
They're so easy, and they want to be streaky and kind of messy. And that makes them wonderful. Play-Doh gate. Just don't know what you were thinking bringing home Play-Doh.
I was just leaning back to find out, and they're not playing with Play-Doh right now. They're on the train table.
Is it the train table, so it's train gate?
They're train.
There's always something going on.
Always something.
So I've got this happening. You can see that my landscape has gone behind here, so I'm going to have to make sure I really paint this so that my water feels like, you know, it's different. And one interesting thing I can do right now, believe it or not, is with my dirty brush, add some yellow to it. See this here? And I'm going to add some white. And I can come along the edge, along the water, and I'm going to just pull up this rough little bit of green. You didn't even know that was a thing, did you?
Mm.
I'm going to leave it dark right there, maybe. I'm going to come here and make another little mountain line. And just pull some of this green across that and letting it go into the blue. And it's just about just being like, yeah, whatever. You got to get real, yeah, whatever with stuff. I'm going to add a little of that color there because I just wanted to. I'm going to get a little more yellow and maybe a little more white. Now it's quite light. What's going on here? And I think I want to just pull my mountain up a bit. Isn't that fun?
What are you using there?
This is just what was dirty on my brush, and I added yellow and white. Never underestimate the power of a dirty brush.
Is that an 8 or a 10?
Oh, I got an 8 bright going on here.
It's an 8 bright.
I'm just still working my 8 bright. See how just pulling this little highlight helps define that little space?
Now, there's a couple questions here in chat asking where you can find the traceables. And you can find those right here on our own. Let's see if I can...
I'm going to rinse this out.
Bing! Whoosh, look at this. www.theartsherpa.com. And if you go there and look in the lower right-hand corner...
Pull some more of this green. What? He's explaining where the traceables are, because
that
that's important information.
See,
No one can ever find them.
You'll show me how you mix that again, because I had the little graphic.
So I already had this sort of aqua happening over here, and I just pulled more into the yellow till it became this green. What I'm looking for is sort of a bright green to pull up. What I'm trying to say is that this mountain has some plants.
Okay.
I'm going to come here, my green, and just see how it's just creating the space. Now I got the sort of mountain background, right?
Yeah. But you can find our traceables on our website, theartsherpa.com, and there's a little box in the lower right-hand side of the screen. You just click on any of those pictures, and it'll pop you right up there to a printable, and you can find the traceables there, right?
Yes, you can.
You can.
I'm going to take this. I've really rinsed this little sucker out. I've got this mountain. Remember, your mountain, you want a light color at the mountain edge and a deep color and that's how you're going to get that layer. And we may even come back with a little yellow and white or some orange or something to reflect from the sunset on to this. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out, oh, I got a skin going there. That's where it's starting to dry from the heat in my studio. And I may actually need to put out new paint because that skinning is so bad and that makes it very challenging to do this. If you have a lot of skinning in your paint, it will start to creep up your brush. You might not know that. It does. It creeps on up. And you're like, what is going on?
Ooh, there's a...
So I'm going to take quite a lot of white and yellow. I'm going to make this ducky color. And I'm going to paint in this sort of half circle all the way down to the water. In this color. I'll have to put the sun in. I'll use the edge of my brush up against my mountain. Just paint that all in with that bright yellow. And you want the brush strokes to curve like a rainbow. Like a rainbow. Curve them, curve them, curve them.
Ooh, we are a double Sherpa.
We're double Sherpa.
Look at that.
Dude, that's crazy. See skinning? See the skinning?
I'm gonna turn around and say thank you guys. I'm gonna make her turn around and give you guys a big Sherpa art hug because. There we go.
Oh, it's just
Thank
dorky.
you, guys.
I'm so dorky today. I really apologize. Dorktacularness today.
We're deep in it. We love you guys. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you so much. It's always so much fun to have you guys out hanging out. And yeah, the Pinterest. You can find all of our traceables on Pinterest and on our website. And man, we have. Thank you guys. I don't know if there's anything else I needed to make sure everybody has.
Did you just put Rick Astley on?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but it does feel a little like you're getting rickrolled, doesn't it?
It does. Does it to you guys at home? Just saying. Just saying.
I just can't do the.
Put out a little yellow over here because we scanned not that much because I don't have that much sky left and work left, but I'm just gonna. And I'm just taking my quinacridone, right, and I'm mixing it into my yellow. There we go. Look at that.
Ooh, there we go.
And I'm going to really work my glazing medium. Glazing medium is really helpful for these kinds of techniques because it really allows me to do thin glazes, which helps with blending, and then it slows down the drying time, which helps with blending. I just used my finger in CAD. Don't tell anyone. That's because it's really not all that dangerous. But don't, eat it or anything.
Yes. Yes, do not eat it. But just,
Don't eat anything in your art studio unless you're one of those channels that makes edible paint. And even then, I'm not giving you any medical advice.
Now you're leaving this kind of streaky.
I am because we're going to be putting our clouds in, and I want it to be a little bit streaky.
Ah.
I want it to feel kind of like cray, cray. There we go. We're just going.
That's nice.
We're going, right? So we're going there. I need this to be more orange, so I'm going to add a little more quinacridone to my red. Look how orange that got.
Wow, that turned. I wouldn't think that quinacridone would have made it turn orange.
But it goes real orange.
Wow, it's like
Super
Passamaquoddy pink makes you turn orange.
Well, quinacridone is a really interesting color, and it mixes really well with a lot of things. So any of the quinacridone colors, the reds, any of them are worth the purples. They're all worth adding to your kit as you can. I highly recommend them. I do. What am I doing? I don't know.
But when we have to go harvest the wild quinacridones, to get the color.
Yeah, right? Quinacridone red is just awesome. I like it a lot. We may introduce it at some point.
Is it an art? I don't even know where quinacridones come from. So
quinacridones come from the paint companies where they mix them. So pull out some more of this red. I might even pull in some white into that mixture. And I'm going to come along here and blend these two lines. Paint blends best wet into wet. Come up here.
And that's, I guess, when you say wet into wet, that's because it starts to layer when it dries?
No. What happens is that if it's dry, it won't blend. But if it's wet, I can very softly brush and merge these two colors together, creating an incredible blend. But once they're dry, I'm just painting over a dry color. Couldn't blend these two colors at all.
I have to say, I agree with, there were several Sherpettes that said that it's pretty amazing that we all can say quinacridone now.
Boy, do you remember the days when we were calling it Passamaquoddy pink?
Because I just couldn't,
I remember those days. Those were special days.
When I couldn't talk.
All right, so I'm just doing this here.
Ooh, now you've left, you got some, there's a lot of painterliness to it. Yeah, I'm not sure which way I'm going here with the camera.
I think I'm just painterly. I don't know.
That's okay.
Maybe you should be tracking me with the camera.
I am.
I'm just being messing with you. I don't care. So I'm just trying to pull my sky so that it tapers my moon nicely. Right, as I'm going.
Patricia says that there was a law enacted to protect the wild quinacridones. So they're all artificially made in the lab now.
They're all artificially made in the lab.
So you don't have to worry about endangering the wild quinacridones
anymore.
No, they're just fine.
They're just okay.
Yeah, protected.
Now, what I might do while I'm here, I like this, but I'm gonna, at some point, I'm gonna make a little correction on my moon.
Mm-hmm.
because I see a little boo-boo I made. So I'm going to fix it. I'm just taking a little purple and painting that little boo-boo out.
You're just
Might even come
sharpening
down
that.
here.
Oh, where'd you go?
I had a couple of boo-boos.
Okay,
I'm just painting
wanna
over
see
my
'em.
boo-boos.
I want to see 'em.
Now I'm going to have to come with my aqua later and pull that in, but, you know, not till later. Rinsing, 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 rinsing. I'm going to grab an even smaller brush for just a second. And I'm going to come get my, really this white here, but mostly just because it's, you know, there. I already used it. Got to make sure I don't have any green in here. I just wipe my brush off because I just want it to be very light. And I'm going to make a half circle right here with this much lighter color. And if I have to just come even with this white and do this, I want this to be lighter than the sun underneath it.
Ah, why is that?
That's how I got that. I'm just telling you I did it.
So I have to say, we have this great crowd of folks here with us today. Hey, everybody to our
I'm
community.
going to use some glaze. See, this is dry. Look how I'm blending now. So this paint is wet, but this paint is dry, so I can't blend it wet into wet anymore. So that's why I like a glaze. Can you see me blending it?
I can't.
It's dry, and I'm blending it. You know why? Because glaze. Because glaze. That's why I bug y'all about a, you know, retarding. This is what you do. Do. I'm going to get some just yellow onto my brush, and you can go ahead and do, because this is all dry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to come here, and I'm going to make this very nice. Blend this right in here. And it blends, and it's nice and soft, because glaze. Love glaze.
So we get this awesome crowd of our community out here. Chris just came in and was like, "Did I miss?"
See?
He is here. I saw Shane here. I saw Gail here, and Tammy,
Shane was here. That's
and
so
Chrissy, and Raven, and I saw Tammy, and oh my gosh, it's been such a wonderful group out here, and so thank you guys for all coming and hanging out with us. Zoe. You know, love seeing you guys out here with us. Big art high fives for hanging out. It's been a great day. I'm pretty sure I saw Daisy here earlier.
Put up with us. I'll tell you that for sure.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Thank you guys for coming and
We're
hanging
doing pretty good.
Oh wow, we're pixeling. I
What?
look over and we had some pixelation.
No.
It's back though. It went glitch, 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 and then it stabilized.
All right. We're going to cloud before this whole stream collapses.
Okay.
So I've got my previous cloud brush. I'm going to make sure all of the purple is out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want none of it. And I'm going to just get a little of my white. I'm going to make sure I have some glaze. Just some white. And I'm going to start making this little tunnel of clouds. Right? And I just push this here. It's okay if it picks up a little paint from underneath it. This creates a neat blending in this technique.
Yeah, I think that it's stabilized out. So we're gonna get to wrapping it up though.
What?
Oh no, the stream stabilized.
So I'm just so I make that first sort of little round pass on the.
Uh-huh.
I keep my brush. See that? And I'm here, and as I'm going, you get a little bit of the orange underneath him. See? Cool. Come like that. Look at that. Making that crazy tunnel of clouds. I love it. Do you love it?
I
like tunnel. They make me.
Is not right. I'm not sure what's it really is.
I don't know what to do with it.
You two, we have to keep your, but you're right now.
Can they hear us, or can they anything?
Well, see, it was one of those where it be not sure when it's going to be in and out. So we're going to do our best to repeat some of this as we can,
Okay.
and we'll edit
That's terrible on the replay.
It's, you know, we'll have to go in.
I'm gonna pick a little pigment up on my brush. Still gonna grab some white because I want to have this little pink on my. These clouds should feel pinker up here in the red. I haven't even sparkled stars or. Oh man. I'm gonna come here.
See, you know what you can do is you can turn around and we'll just chat with her. You know what? We'll just wait, and when the stream comes back up, then we'll chop out that center bit, and we'll.
Bottom of my cup is very warm. Thank you, Alan.
What we can do is what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a moment, and
when we read comments,
I'll bring some comments over here, and we can just chat on the comment. I'll edit it up a little bit later for them, you know, and live, and we can control the horizontal and the vertical. So let's make.
So theoretically.
Well, yeah, theoretically, we go, and then I will bring over some. And I'll make coffee. How about?
Cup? Could you guys use a fresh cup? I could use a fresh cup.
I'm gonna put a little thing.
I wanted to do that cool viewer directed live.
There you go.
All right.
Oh,
Medicine is dark Karen. What stream as bad as it? I hope not. Flames like trying to calm everybody. Everybody are in and out. And, they're seeing I'm totally on. Yikes. Wow. So are we even getting chat anymore? Chat. No chat.
Oh, you see. That's I'm gonna go over here. See what I got. Is it happening? That's why. I said something.
Oh, okay. What time is it? What are we guys up to? Up to Valentine's Day, and I are last year. We did that. Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Loves Chris game. Go watch dishes, says Charlotte. No, nothing has gotten that bad, Charlotte. Don't go wash dishes. No, nothing in life is that bad. They're coming back in 10. Everyone's just going like, I'll see you in 10. It's Gremlin, though. Aww, not Flame Gremlin. We sound like rappers. We look funny with glitch.
Yep. I'm sure it's got to pass though.
I mix them up in a batch of donuts and put them in the oven. Do we edit this down? Do we have to save to anything?
We'll be able to edit it all down.
Or up YouTube. That takes.
Well, and,
you guys are great. We're patient.
Yeah.
My hero's pain. Loved it. Oh, she gave it to a friend. Yes, on the chat, and no on the stream. So here's the chat. In there, Jane K. Thank you, Jane. By the way, we've been back. Just so you know, I'm super impressed at everything you're putting out. You know, it's the eclipse. Now I think
this is.
Oh, she's like, it's very dangerous. My mom broke her. Don't. Yeah. Just and housework. I know. Isn't it cool? Thank you. Hanging in. Stephanie Dark. Like swag mugs and something from others. Drop down your internet. Interesting. but believe it or not, that's why we're having trouble. Because it's cool. We're already in trouble. Go back up front. Don't use your child to touch the mixing board. My dinner's raised. Need to head off. Thank you so much. I'm so hard watching. Yeah, Mama. Value like a latte. Yeah.
I know. And just try something. Hanging out and seeing.
I don't need to just refilm this, put this in the can, and upload this.
We may.
I will have painted this 3 times today. It's getting exhausting.
It is. It's one of those. I'm super.
Just
it's the stream is bad.
From space.
Yeah,
I've said too much.
I think this is interference. We've got like
bad glitching.
I mean, like, yeah.
Can they even hear us? Ask them if they can even hear us.
I don't know. Can you guys? You can ask them.
You could type it. I can't type it.
Oh.
You have a keyboard. I don't have a keyboard. Because ladies, I wish I could hear her. So they can't even hear me. I'm being so funny. You said I really well. I'm so good. It would go viral. But I can musically. Yeah, we have to make a video. Yeah.
I think this is just going.
We just need to let them know.
Yeah.
We're gonna try something else. We're gonna make a VOD of this. Trish, you have no idea what a hard day I'm having.
Oh,
Foxy
man.
Origami's like, yep, 3 times today. Just go, yep, 3 times.
Yep. This is
3 times.
I'm
Just tell them. 3 times. 3 times, babies. 3 times. No bits and pieces. All right, we're gonna VOD it.
Yeah. Oh wait, is it better now? No, it's not better
No,
now. I'm
it's
still
not
looking at
better.
the dashboard.
Wait,
It's
the
still
whole
coming
thing,
on.
the whole VOD is just we need
all
to just make it. We'll just
It's
make it.
going down. Listen, guys, we love you. We love you, and we would totally do this all day to just try to make things work. But sorry, the internet is not cooperating.
Yeah.
And some days it's just
Some days the good people lose.
right. Some days the inner tubes get you. They get you.
You're so yeah.
So
I
I
can
think
hear you very choppy.
it's yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make a video.
Oh wait, is it? It's
no,
kind
sweetie, we gotta just make a new video.
Oh yeah, we have to make a new video. But I just wanted to see if it's coming through so that we can at least say we love everybody.
Thank you. You guys are the bravest community on the planet. We'll just make a video. I'm just gonna paint this a 3rd time.
Yeah, we're gonna do a video on demand,
This is what gesso's for.
and I can see
I might paint it smaller. I'm a little bit tired. I might make it a 9x12.
it's coming. It's going up and down. Now, it's why don't you? Would you do?
Oh, ladies, like I can see and hear you.
Well, why don't you? We'll finish this one up because the quality has come back up to where
For everybody who's painting, we'll finish this.
we're gonna finish this with you guys.
And then I'm gonna make a VOD of it and drop it.
Yeah, but this is just for you guys who have committedly hung in with us.
Committed.
We're gonna finish this because we want to see this through. Don't we? Wait, I say that rhetorically. Do we?
I don't know.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it.
All right.
All right. I'm adding a little more pigment and
All
a little
right.
more white, and I'm just trying to get these little cloud colors in. This is dried a little bit now. So I'm just pushing these little round clouds in where I need the clouds to be round.
Oh.
Did it stop again?
Nope. I'm trying to make sure I catch. I'm doing the multi-button pushing,
Lilu Dallas Multipass?
and I keep scaring myself because I don't have all of my screens.
We'll call
set.
this rehearsals.
Ooh, there we go.
We'll call this rehearsals.
We've done a few of those now.
Yeah, I'm ready to teach this painting. I can see everywhere I messed up, where I need to speed up.
Okay.
I'm just adding a little pink to my cloud for up here in the red.
And we're going to hang in here with you guys. Just
We're
to
going
get
to
this
finish
done.
it out just for you guys, and then I'm going to teach it again on a VOD.
Yes.
And I'm so tired, but I'm going to do it because I'm in makeup, and you can't let good makeup go to waste.
Maybe we'll record it tomorrow morning and drop it
No,
tomorrow.
I wanted to do the viewer-directed painting with everybody tomorrow, remember?
Oh, yeah. All right.
I don't know.
We'll see what's
We'll
happening.
How it goes.
We're going to see how she feels after this.
We're going to see where the Sherpas...
Yeah, but in the next day or so, for sure, you'll see this video coming back as a VOD.
Yeah.
But, you know, if I want the Sherpa to be chill on her arm.
All
so
right.
that we're not...
I'm going to come to the base of my water.
All right.
Here's something I'm going to do. I'm
What are you
going to
gonna do?
use my... I'm going to flip my canvas like a
you're
crazy
gonna,
person.
You're going to make me jump all over the place today.
Yeah.
All right.
But what I need is I need to know that this is very straight.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Right? So I'm going to flip it, make sure I've got an incredibly straight line, and pull some of this off. I'm going to wipe that off because this will just drag paint everywhere, believe you me. And I'm going to pull some of that off. And I don't need that much. I just need to know a couple of these lines are super straight. So when I start to pull off my waterfall, it's believable.
Now, there were a couple people asking what VOD meant.
Video on demand. Sorry, guys. We got to talking YouTube at you.
So, yeah, what we mean is that you'll be able to come to our channel and just find that the video is pre-recorded and they're waiting for you.
Yeah.
As opposed to today where we're broadcasting live.
Yeah.
And so...
We've got to come redeem ourselves tomorrow, don't we?
Yeah, we'll try it again tomorrow. I mean, like, you know, look,
know.
we're hanging in on it. So, whatever internet traffic we're having trouble with, they're
trying to fix it.
We will persist.
We will hold on. So I'm just pulling my blue, and I'm just trying to pull this down. And again, the trick to any waterfall is pulling the water down straight. So say I'm using that guideline to make sure I feel straight.
Yeah.
I'm going to just pull this down as straight as I can. And of course, it's come out into space now. So what gets to happen when it comes out into space is that it will start to freeze. I'm going to take this number 4 bright, and I'm going to get some white on it. And I'm going to come from where my sun is, and I'm going to make some reflections along my water. Look at that.
That's cool.
That is cool. That's so cool. Just back and forth. Back and forth. All the way up. As I get closer, my reflections might get wider and then be kind of like this. But right here at the lip, we're going to kind of create white water right here, straight across. Pull it down. Pulling it down. Pull it down. And that takes to draw. It's hard to do. You don't enough. You do anything. All right, so we're just pulling this down, pulling it down, pulling it down. Yeah, pulling it down, pulling it down.
Mm-hmm.
See that?
Oh yeah.
Now, once I have that, believe it or not, I'm going to grab a little of my yellow, and I'm going to add some yellow reflection to my water. This is the sunlight traveling along. A little bit there.
Oh, yeah.
You take a little bit, and a little mountain somewhere. Because the place on the wherever you feel you need a little bit. Create a little definition. We'll come down the waterfall because it would be exposed to the light. So all that's done, all that stuff. Your body will put some recognition stars. Put a star here.
Where are you gonna put this?
And then down here.
Okay. Okay. It's very. So okay, good.
1, 2, 3.
She was gone by the time I got the camera there. Just.
I'm gonna come over here.
All right. Let's see.
Put one right here.
Bang.
I'm gonna take a detail brush, like you do.
Like you do.
Like you do. And I'm gonna sparkle up my star.
Which star are you gonna sparkle first?
Probably the top one. That's if this brush is behaving because it looks a little flayed.
May go to the spa.
It may need the spa. Just a little sparkle in the sky. Just sparkle up your stars. Little lines.
Now, if you have any problem with your brush like that, it's real easy just to go in there and get some
hot water
and some.
we have a video on it.
Yeah. I like. They were asking what soap to use, and I like using the linseed oil soap because it does a real good job of dissolving the acrylic stuff that gets stuck up in there.
I'm just finding a different detail brush because I think a lot of my detail brushes are being washed.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna grab this one here.
There you go.
This is a number 0
I
crystal.
missed it, but where are you headed
I
to
might
next?
put over here a little more white paint.
Can you go to that lower left-hand corner?
I just licked my brush, but that's because it was clean. Don't tell anybody that I do that. So see, that's just giving me a little more control over my lines, so I like that. And I'm just gonna give these some little radiating. This is easy for me to do on my lap and hard as all get out for me to do on the easel.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna flip this.
I was gonna ask you, is it easier if you change the position of those sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes like I have to do things like it's at a hard angle for me to paint it. But it wouldn't be hard like laying flat on a table at all. So a lot of times for the purposes of making a video, I do things that are not necessarily 100% comfortable because that's how I can demo it.
Right, yeah.
And I don't mind.
Which is why we try to...
I don't mind.
Now, it's real easy to reform the tips on these. That's what... there was a couple questions
Yeah.
here. So you can generally just really, really warm water and reshaping by hand and letting them dry is normally...
We have a whole video on that.
Yeah, there's a whole video on that, but generally brushes are really sturdy. You know, good brush lasts you a lifetime. Just keep it clean, take care of it, and you won't have any issues.
So I'm definitely trying to change the canvas position to the comfort angle of my hand. In other words, where my strongest stroke is, I'm trying to keep it there because otherwise it'll start to get wonky. All right. So there were some questions if it was the Twitch that was throwing off our stream.
Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't. The way that we broadcast, that doesn't affect us much at all. So
Just the day.
just the day. We have so much bandwidth here that it's, if we have problems, it's not generally a bandwidth issue. It's a larger infrastructure issue. So we can't saturate our upstream pipe, I think, is what it comes to. So
All right. Look at it.
wow, that's so nice. I really like how it pops. I mean, it
Just
came,
pops. It's just happy.
we were joking around that
I might give it some. I've
you can
signed it, but I always like to. I am the worst about doing artwork after I've signed.
and like today, it doesn't. We can just stay here and chat because it's not like we're.
I'm going to
This is all
add
for
just
you guys.
another brighter layer of white for that waterfall.
That really turned out nice.
Yeah, it needs another brighter layer of white. See? Helps it. Yeah. Yeah. I always like to look. John's like, your hat's in the way. His hats are starting to become a problem. Need to do my hair. Okay. So isn't that fun?
That is great.
Just, it's not that any of the skills are hard. I think the skill of getting on the internet is hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you promised coffee earlier, but then there was
The machine made it, and then we got to doing our thing. And my coffee pots.
It was a coffee line.
We love you guys.
Lied about the coffee.
Today has been a day, hasn't it? Well, thank
Just
you guys.
Seeing you, and then seeing you, and then just watch your notifications. If you want to make sure you get notified, be sure and mash the bell next to the subscription bar thing and tell it, yes, send me stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, YouTube now wants you to double confirm that you care.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right, with the little belly thing.
You gotta mash the bell.
Yeah.
If you don't mash the bell, many of you keep saying, why am I not getting notifications? Because they've added a new. It's not enough that you subscribe to people that you love. You have to mash the bell to be notified.
Yeah.
Or see it in your feed, or find out anything more about it.
But I'm gonna make our plug our site here. Don't forget to go out to theartsherpa.com. We have live chat going there. We have forums. We frequently ask questions, and so many new groups that are coming out there. We're gonna have our ATC group out there. We've got some other new great projects that are coming. We got to do them one at a time, so we got to get each thing going.
And we got the Valentine's Day collab coming up with Angela Anderson.
Yeah.
And hopefully maybe see you guys soon, depending on the stream.
Oh, you can always check the calendar on our website.
Yep.
I forget to
Because
mention
sometimes
that.
we tell you things there. And sometimes
really-
I just come by and say things in chat and leave paintings that I'm working on.
Yeah, we update the calendar on our website first, so you can always find that stuff. Lisa does a really good job of keeping that updated, and I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out there because I like seeing you guys. So I'll say thank you to that and give it back to the Sherpa who can.
We'll decide if we're editing this or re-uploading it.
We will.
Third time edit. We don't know yet.
We'll see.
We'll see you guys really soon. Love you.